Shalom and welcome back to the YouTube channel of Pastor Paul, the ShofarMaker. And now here I have a Gideon sword shofar video 664 XL. Yeah, XL size. And XL size is anything measured after 21 inches right up to just before 24 inches. Yeah, and it's called the XL size. And this Gideon sword shofar is one of the type of horns of the animal, which is called the Lyre horn animal. Can you see that? Lyre. Yeah, it's just like the Lyre that King David played. Yeah, in the shepherd's field, and also before King Saul to calm him down. So you can see that, the Lyre shape. And Lyre shape horns are not many. Namely the waterbuck, this is a waterbuck, and you have the impala, and also the springbok. Yeah, three of the types, and there are others as well which are not that as significant. So this is the Gideon short shofar made from the waterbuck horn. Yeah, and why we call it Gideon sword shofar is because about 3 years ago, I was wondering, having these horns, the waterbuck and the elan horn, yeah, which is called the Gideon torch shofar. Yeah, at that time I didn't know what to call it, and I laid it off for about a year. Yeah, and after a year, the Lord says, make for me the Gideon's weapons. Yeah, so in the book of Judges chapter 7 and chapter 8, you'll be able to see and read for yourself the Bible explanation of what happens when Gideon was called, and the 300 that will remain, that was selected by God himself. Yeah, from 32,000, then remainder 10,000, and 10,000 God still says there's too many, lest they boast among themselves and say, when we have the victory, it is because of us, not because of God or anything. So God said, too many, 10,000 was too many. So God said, bring them to the waters. It can be a stream, nice stream, and let them drink the water. And when they drink the water, there are those who just put their face right into the water and not been alert as to what is happening around them, or even aware if there's an enemy coming. So God says, no, those who put their head down into the water, I do not want it, because when they put their head down into the water to drink of the water, they also put their instruments, their spears down, their shield down beside them. But there are 300 who scoop the water from the stream and put it into their mouth and drink. While being alert, they were looking everywhere whether the enemy is coming or there's anything that is untoward. Yeah. So this is how God chose 300. Yeah. Gideon's army. Yep. And the significance is that 300 Gideon's army with 300 torches with a clay pot covering the fire that's coming out there, and the fire, miraculous, never goes out, because they are not allowed the light to come out when they attack the enemy. This will alert the enemy. So the clay pot was there, and the light never went out, because when you put a pot over a fire, it will die off. Because why? It needs oxygen, loss of oxygen. So the pot should be quite a big one. If not, the light would just somehow flicker out. Yeah. So one hand, left hand side, it holds a torch. Yeah. This is what the Lord says, make a Gideon torch shofar for me. And the other hand holds the trumpet or the shofar on the right hand side. So when they were at the top of the hills, God says, now is the time, right in the middle of the night. Go down to the valley just outside the encampment of the Midianites, where the Midianites and the Amalekites were gathering. And while going down, they can see that from the hills, there is human beings, the soldiers were like locusts. Yeah, so many of them that they could not count at all. And the camels that they see with their eyes, the Gideonites and coming down from here, can see with their eyes into the valley. The camels were like the sands at the seashore. You just imagine how many it is. And besides that, there are other feeds of other food that they are carrying around for their soldiers to eat. If not, they will never be able to survive in the battlefield. So there's lots of animals. Yeah. So when the Lord tells Gideon right now, separate the 300 army into 3 companies. Yeah. And each company will go to different place. And each one of the company of 100 people, each one holds a torch and a sword. Yeah. So when they break, the Lord says, break the clay pot and let the fire be shown and sound the shofar. In an army or in a battlefield, there's always an understanding during the olden times that even the new times, yeah, even the American times and even the modern warfare, you will hear the taps. We call it the taps. It means the trumpet has the sound where it got da. There's a call it taps. Yeah. So when in the battlefield, when you hear a sound of a horn or a shofar being sounded during those times, yeah, it means that sound of a shofar, one shofar, there is an army, a multitudes of soldiers behind this one person who is giving the signal. So for 300 people, each one blowing it, the Midianites and the Amalekites were caught unaware, and they were so frightened right in the middle of the night that they just begins to run helter-skelter and scatter and then bump into each other in the middle of the night, which is dark. So they do not know who is who. So they fight against each other, draw the sword and start killing each other. Yeah. So when they did that, just imagine the mayhem at the time. The camels. Yeah, I would say that there's horses as well. Yeah, and donkeys carrying their supplies and whatnots they need to carry around. Yeah, so when they start to kill each other, many of them were slaughtered by their own people. And when those remnants who managed to escape, Gideon's called upon the tribe of Naphtali, Asher, and Manasseh to pursue them and to kill them, slaughter them, the enemies, let them not escape. Then we are wondering, what is that to prove that the 300 Gideonites didn't draw the sword into battle. You will see later on in this Judges chapter 8, where the 300 still there with Gideon's, they fight with 135,000 people and they won over them. Yeah, that was after the valley incident. He still have 300. That proves that the 300 that blew the shofar and break the clay pot over the torch were not in the battle. It was a miracle that God caused the enemies to fight among themselves. So when it is God's timing to do a certain thing, just like we cause a confusion, the sound of the shofar, the light, the fire that's been shown through in the darkness, it caused a conversion upon the enemies, which is what we call nowadays, as we understand, is that we bind the strong man and we set the captives free. That's the idea of confusing the enemy. So now here I have this, as I've said, we have the Gideon sword shofar, video 664 XL size. So this I would say this shofar is a full natural finish shofar. You can see all the grains, beautiful. Can you see that? Very beautiful. Yeah. And the in this we call it the a groove, or I say call it a valley, and the ridges, the ribs, the ribs of the horn. Very beautiful. You can see that. Very nice. Full natural. And the other side too. Very nice patterns as God created. And you see sometimes the you can see the straps here, along the length of the shofar, and the color of this particular shofar, I would say it is a light chocolate right up to the dark olive green color. It's very nice, magnificent horn of the animal which God has created, the water buck. So this has already been completed. We have engraved the menorah there, and it's the indication, of the idea behind why God asked them to make the menorah in Exodus chapter 25. You're going to read there. It is all in there. So the bell has already been cleaned out nicely. Mouthpiece already done. And all being said, let's hear the sound of this particular Gideon sword shofar. Wow. Magnificent, awesome, resonating sound. As you can hear it, this is the sound that travels from the hill right into the valley, that confuse the enemies. This is in the book of Judges, chapter 7, and read the whole thing into Judges chapter 8, and you will see the whole scenario of God's hand in battle, that no man is in charge. No man can claim that victory except God given victory to us. So give us a like on this video 664 XL size, and also subscribe to us for constant updates of our shofar in YouTube channel, as what you see and what you hear is what you get. When you say you want this particular video 664 XL size Gideon sword shofar, we will not send you any others. It will be exactly this one. And you see it not as a picture, but you see it as a video. So give us a positive comment and share with your network of friends, that they also will be encouraged and share it out as well to their network of friends, that this understanding of the shofar will be brought throughout the world, that it will be sounded as a sound that God has ordained God Himself has sounded the shofar sound. So as you share it out with your friends, you also help us to increase our subscriber base, and we say thank you so much. Yeah, we want these shofars to get into the hands of all the followers of our Lord Jesus Christ. So thank you for watching. God bless you all, and shalom. So there is called a lyre horn, yeah, and also there is the sword and torch. You can see that with the torch. So thank you for watching. God bless you all, and shalom.